Welcome to the underground. We got a lot going on. I just love it. It's very hot outside and all the pollen's flying around. I'm just like, my allergies are killing me. I can't take it anymore. I love it because, listen, my fans are obsessed. Borderline obsessed. I've been told that they're binge watching my episodes. There's only like 9. They're binging me. Like it's Yellowstone or something. But I love it. Keep going. I love it. I'm getting so happy doing this. I look forward to Sundays when I record this. You know, it's Memorial Day weekend, and happy belated birthday to Stevie Nicks. She's 75. I used to like really love her. And see what I'm wearing. You're a worm with a mustache. It finally came in. The mailman delivered it to the wrong address. I was like going crazy because I have a new mailman because my other one has been in the hospital, but it's been going crazy. My drugs are being delivered to another building. I'm like, oh my gosh, how long is this going to be? It's like stressing me out. Just a little bit about Taylor Swift. I guess the Swifties are trying to sell rainwater from Foxborough. Can you believe this? They put it in a jar and tried to sell it for $250 on eBay. They just don't want to work. They just want to sell water. It's too funny. I mean, really? Stuff that falls on her head is worth $250. She's gold. Taylor Swift is gold. I really can't say that much about Shania Twain because I saw her in concert back in, I forget what, Come On Over tour in Connecticut. And she was really good, but she was married to Mutt Lange back then. He was her producer. And I guess her tour is a month old. Her Queen of Me tour, and it's not going so well. Even her fans, I saw a video of her fans walking out in the middle of it. And she was, I don't know if you guys want to like Google it or something. She was like chanting in the middle of her show. It really made no sense. I didn't know she had Lyme disease. I had no idea, but she also had throat surgery, so it's kind of maybe psychologically affecting her. But people were saying she sounded drunk or high. So, and imagine leaving in the middle of a show. That's not really good for her. She's been through a lot, though. I kind of, she was good when I saw her. I went so far as to buy a cowboy hat. I'm not really a country music fan, but I really liked her. I thought she was cool. Shall we get into Vanderpump Rules, the reunion? This was explosive. James should have been stapled in his seat. He kept getting up, and that's where he said, "You're a worm with a mustache." Tom went on his crying. He was like panting and crying on his apology tour. Ariana was in a revenge dress and she looked really good. They were all yelling at him, and Lisa Vanderpump took some heat because she stuck up for him a little bit. She's partners with him. And Ariana saying anybody that talks to him is not going to be near me. And Lisa was a little worried that meant her. And people know not to stand up to Lisa because Lisa's like the queen. But I mean, Tom was like, I don't know, he's such a good liar, it's hard to believe him, but, I don't really like ganging up on people. I mean, he does deserve it to an extent, but, they couldn't get over the fact that it was with Raquel. I mean, James was going to marry Raquel. That's what James was, like, out of his mind. He kept getting up. I thought they were trying to hold him back physically, and then Andy got mad because all his cards flipped up on the floor, but, Ariana called them rats, diabolical, demented, and subhuman. And Andy sat down with them early on individually. And it was like Barbara Walters, very, I'll tell you, this has become so big. But Raquel was like a zombie. She just reminded me, she was in a trailer 100 yards away, 100 feet away. I don't know how long you have to stay away from someone when you have a restraining order, because Sheena punched her, allegedly, and she got a restraining order against her. So when Sheena's sitting there, Raquel has to be in the trailer. But they're going to bring Raquel out probably in part 2. I can't wait. It's just hysterical. But Ariana said, you all know, she held Raquel to a higher standard because that was her friend. And she said, we all know men are trash. It's like, why do men get a pass for being trash? I don't understand that. Actually, what was interesting was Tom said that him and Ariana put on a front for the show. I mean, he was saying that they had problems for 5 years. Really? How can you really stay with, 5 years of your life? And I know you care about the person, you're invested in the relationship. Really, life goes by fast, and to be miserable for 5 years, like, Just say, like, kind of like, let's not go on. He said he didn't want to hurt her. Really? You think just carrying on a secret affair doesn't hurt her? Because she lost her dog, she lost her grandmother. That's when he started the affair. So if you cared that much, maybe you could have held off on the sex. But he was saying it, he kept calling it a one-night stand. No, I do not believe it was a one-night stand. He had sex with her in August. Then he waited a month. They went on a glamping trip. And he said he loved her, but that was like as a friend around all the group. And then a month later, he started the affair. So that's not really a one-night stand. Really, I can't stand the excuses. Just admit what you've done. You know, you're kind of a scumbag. Kind of admit it. It was like he was whimpering, like a victim, And I don't really like. He's not really a man. It's kind of like a boy. James. When he started crying, James like, pull yourself together. He called him the P word. You know what I'm talking about. And he's like starting off whimpering and crying, saying thank you for supporting Ariana. And he really didn't think about her before. Because when this all went down and everybody was boycotting his business, he put out a statement saying, you know, I'm sorry to my partners. Nothing about Ariana until he got the backlash. He's kind of I believe that. He's kind of a narcissist. I believe that. I never liked Tom. I think I have a problem with pretending you're cool, pretending you're a good guy, and then you're kind of scum the whole way. At least Jax, when he was on, because he was known for being a liar and a cheater, he owned up to it. And now he's the only one that's still married. So that's how you grow. You admit you're a scum, try to do better, but he can't grow. Now, I heard something very interesting from Sunny Hostin on The View. This wasn't about the Scandival thing, but she said, how you lose them is how you get them is how you lose them. So Ariana cheated with Tom while he was with Kristen. And see, what do you think he's going to change? Because he's going to cheat on Raquel too. And Raquel even said that. Are you going to do the same thing to me? Obviously, he will. So it's so funny because Andy said, you're all a group of cheaters. Lala went with James while James was engaged to Raquel. And the only one that didn't cheat was Katie. Tom kissed everybody because he's impotent. He can't have sex. Tom cheated with Miami Girl and who knows who else. I mean, I don't even believe it was just one time. Ariana cheated with Tom when he was with Kristen. Raquel cheated. He said the only one with clean hands was Lisa, but Lisa kisses her horses. She didn't sleep with the horses, but she kisses her horses. She likes to kiss animals a lot. She's really into animals. But yeah, she didn't cheat and Katie didn't cheat. The only clean ones on the table there. I don't know why I like this so much. It's just really, everybody likes it. It's not just me. You know, you guys complain and talk about it too much, but she's on The View, she's on Dateline, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's not just me talking about it. Everybody's obsessed. So I just think that, you know, I'm going to be lost when this thing ends in a couple weeks. And of course I was watching the old episodes with Jax, and because he had a thing with Tom and Katie where he wanted Tom to have sex with some other woman, and Katie found out about it. So she and Jax were yelling at each other, and Jax said, "Where's your leash?" Talking about Stassi. That was hysterical. Where's your leash? It's just, that's why I'm into it, because they're so funny. They're so funny. But they really can't get over this, because it's I don't think I could ever have sex with someone that, like, my best friend was with. I've never done that. I mean, God knows what I'm going to do. Who knows? You never know. But I just don't think I would do that. I just can't believe. But James was actually upset because he was good friends with Sandoval. Sandoval paid for his Rachella, they call it Rachella, when he proposed, and Sandoval paid for that. So he was like making it like they didn't really have a good friendship, like, oh yeah, we just talked once a month. But James was really hurt by this. The only thing I was talking about, like with the best friend thing, it did happen to Shania Twain. That's what another thing. Remember when she was friends with, I forget the lady's name, but she was best friends with her, and Mutt Lange had an affair, ended up marrying the woman, and Shania really never got over that. She never talked to the best friend, and that's where Ariana's at now, like the betrayal. Like, how can you hug me, tell me we're good friends, and then sleep with the love of my life? That takes it takes a certain kind of person, or you're like so overwhelmed with love. I mean, one or the other, right? You're the biggest scum on earth, or you just couldn't help yourself. But, you know, James was yelling that Sandoval's band sucked. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. They couldn't even get their times straight. Like he said, when did the affair begin? And Schwartz is like, you told me in August. And Sandoval was saying, no, it was January. Get your lies straight, man. Get your lies straight. But all right, am I done with this? I don't. Yeah, let's go on to something else because it's like I'm almost at the end here. All right, let me just try something else. Teresa and Louie's wedding on Real Housewives of New Jersey. Teresa's hair was 20 feet in the sky. And Margaret was so funny. She said, I thought doves were going to fly out of it. But that wedding cost $500,000. Can you imagine $500,000? Of course, her brother was not there. Melissa and Joe, because there was some kind of scandal where Melissa was supposedly, but she didn't, I don't think she did this, kissing some guy in some car. It was like explosive ending. But Teresa almost looked sad at the wedding because her brother wasn't there. But they had burlesque dancers at her wedding. I find that kind of classless. I really like Teresa. She's really interesting. But I really wouldn't have burlesque dancers at my reception. It was very, very strange. I think there was a Martian too. And it was kind of like a freak show. I mean, I don't know about them. But I guess during the reception, her brother was posting, this is much better than a wedding, kind of trying to ruin their day. And I don't, again, there's classlessness all around everybody. There were women sitting in a martini glass. I don't know what to say. It's the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion coming up. It looks insane. They're all, I guess Andy Cohen told Teresa to shut up. So you know about that guy that was had a Nazi flag that was ramming with a U-Haul truck trying to kill President Biden? He was planning this for 6 months. Are you kidding me? That's what your plan is? That's what you took 6 months to do? You're going to ram a U-Haul truck into the... I don't. It's not funny because he wanted to kill somebody, our president, but it's funny that he took 6 months to do that. DeBantis announcing on Twitter, really they had a problem with the audio. I mean, I guess that was Elon Musk's fault, but DeSantis doesn't know how to pronounce his own name. He said, I'm Ron DeSantis. D. It's DeSantis, isn't it? I think so. But he doesn't know how to pronounce his name. To me, that was like a rough start for him. He's still way behind Trump. Trump is now calling him Rob. I'm sorry to laugh. It's kind of funny. Wanting to turn us into Florida is not going to work, Ron, because he's banning everything. I don't want to be like Florida. They can't count down there. I can't deal with it. Can you believe, if Trump runs, it's legal to run if he's not going to go to jail, but it's legal to run from jail. They're going to pass some kind of law. I think they just agreed to raise the debt ceiling. Thank God my mother won't, get her Social Security check stopped and the military can get paid. But do you know Florida has 13% of their residents don't have any health care? I learned that when I did a health show. I was like, we're not going to be Florida. 10% of families live below the federal poverty line. You want to turn us into Florida? Not going to work. Not going to work. Bottom third of the U.S. when it comes to median household income. And when I watch On Patrol Live, I do not want to turn into Florida, especially Volusia County, when you see all these people with their teeth. I can't tell you several episodes where their teeth are on the ground. I mean, it reminds me of my mom when she used to have her teeth in a glass. I guess that was big in the 70s. I don't... And what about that Lauren Boebert? I can't pronounce her name. Lauren Boebert, her kid calling the cops. This was back in December. Saying his father was hitting him or assaulting him and yelling and throwing him around. And you hear Boebert yelling in the background and then she hangs up the phone. No wonder she's screaming all the time. She's miserable. I guess she's sleeping in a farmhouse on the property. These people are out of their mind. Everybody seems to be out of their minds. I talked to this woman at work, and she was like, do you know they're listening to our phones? And, I don't walk around thinking that. Do you know Biden blew up our gas line so we'd have to get electric cars? I said, what are you watching? What? She's like, I used to be a Democrat, but now I'm a Republican. and I have to like dig deep, and somebody hit her in the head with a dinner tray. So I'm thinking this is why she switched to Republican. There had to be some reason. I told her, stop answering your phone when she said the government contacted me. No, the government's not going to contact you on your cell phone. I said, don't answer them, because she answered them. Please don't. Do you have any kids that can help you out? She's like, well, they're married. I'm like, don't forget about your mommy. I don't forget about my mommy. I'm like, I'm 12 years old when it comes to my mother. I try to go over there more and more because, she's 86, and it's like she's my best friend. What am I going to do when she's gone? You know what I mean? I'm going to be all alone with my cat. I don't know if I can handle it. Just one more thing about Sandoval before I end. He was trying to say, well, Ariana was like threatening to kill herself. I didn't want to add to it. Her dog died. Her grandmother died. And then it was like the bad threes. You know how bad things happen in threes? And then how is she dealing with this? Because she suffers from depression. That would put me over the edge. I'm glad she's okay, but you're really a certain kind of scum when you do something like that to somebody. And anybody can make a mistake. I know guys cheat, and I forgive you. It's okay, but like own up to it. Talk to your wife, your girlfriend, and say, I'm such a scumbag, and I will love you for it. It's just because of the way he's victim blaming. I don't really have time to talk about this, but I wanted to talk about Donna. I used to love Donna Summer. We're going to have to save this for next week. Donna Summer, she has a special on. If you guys can, watch it. Love to Love You, Baby. There's a lot of stuff on there that I want to talk about, but I really don't. You guys, it's just because you have short attention spans. Look at all I went through. Look at all this. People are going to get mad at me, the environmentally safe. They're going to get mad at me for using all this paper. But I have to write things down because I'm getting old. I don't remember all this stuff. But, watch Love to Love You, Baby. We'll talk about this next week. You guys have a great Memorial Day. I'm going on my bike. I'm going to a cookout. I love you. Keep watching and keep writing me. Love that you're addicted.